Hello everyone, my name is Saida and I'm a high school student. Today I want to explain two very important concepts that affect how we make decisions every single day. Dopamine and instant gratification. These ideas help explain why it's sometimes hard to start important tasks even though we know we need to do them. But first, what is dopamine? Dopamine is a chemical in our brain that acts as a signal for rewards and motivation. And when we do something our brain considers rewarding, such as eating something sweet, receiving a message, a notification, or even completing a small goal, dopamine is released. This creates a feeling of pleasure or satisfaction and encourages us to repeat the behavior to get it again. In the past, this system helped humans survive by motivating actions like finding food or staying connected with others. Today, it responds to many activities, good and bad. Okay, you have a decision to make. Let's say I have $100 bill in this hand. I didn't have one on hand, so I'm going to use this $1 bill, but imagine it's a $100 bill. I have this $100 bill in this hand. Now, in this other hand, I'll give you the $100, but you must invest it over the span of 10 years. So, will you grow this $100 bill, but you can't touch it for 10 years? Or will you get this $100 bill now and you can use it on whatever you want? Pause the video and think about it. Now, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just what you prefer. But if you chose the first option, realistically, assuming you got a 10% average annual return on your $100, it would grow to approximately $260 in 10 years. Now, I know that may not sound like much, but you have $160 more earned than what you would have gotten 10 years ago. I bet you chose the second option. This is what we know as instant gratification, when you prefer receiving a reward or pleasure immediately in the moment rather than waiting for a larger or more meaningful reward later. It means choosing a quick, easy source of satisfaction over something that requires more time or effort but offers a greater long-term benefit, like those $260. Here is a common and maybe more relatable situation for you. Okay, suppose you have a test tomorrow. So you have to study, okay? Studying requires your focus and your effort. And the reward, a good grade, let's be honest, won't come right away. It might take days or weeks to see the results. And that makes it feel less immediately rewarding. In contrast, picking up your phone and going on social media provides quick rewards. New posts, likes, comments, or short videos, each one triggers a small release of dopamine almost instantly. Your brain begins to prefer these fast rewards over the slow process of studying. As a result, you might keep your phone instead of starting your work, even though you know studying is more important. Later, though, this often leads to stress or regret. The problem that is frequent is quick dopamine releases from things like social media, games, even snacks can make it harder to find motivation in activities that don't provide the immediate feedback that you're seeking. Over time, tasks like studying, exercising, or working long-term goals that benefit you can feel more difficult because they don't produce the same fast results as the same fast response as going on social media and entertaining yourself. Now, fortunately, as a high schooler who is still growing and learning, I have a few ways to offer to manage this and build better habits. As someone who goes with screen time. I have screen time. I don't really use my phone often, and I enjoy reading. I feel like these few tricks and like tips have helped me, and I've grown more aware of what I do that gets my dopamine released. So I've decreased that. So here are some practical steps that work for both students like me and even adults. Step 1, you have to become aware of the pattern. This is so important because people need to understand that when you notice yourself reaching for your phone or another quick distraction instead of starting a task, you have to recognize that, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to know where you mess up and where to start fixing it. So let's say you're reaching for your phone. Pause and recognize what's happening. Now, it may continue what's going on, but you're at least just simply noticing it is a search for instant gratification, and you can reduce its pull. So maybe move your phone farther away when you're sitting, or completely shut it off. And I'll get to that more later. Second, begin with a small step. People love to see instant results and discontinue their practice as soon as they see those results. And I know, because I still kind of do it now, but I used to do it so often. It's like you can't see instant results and then want to discontinue your practice. That's not how it works. So, for example, someone wants to reduce their screen time from 8 hours to 30 minutes a day, but they do it from starting on Monday with 8 hours, and on Tuesday go down to 2 hours. That's too much. You can't do that. That is not something that is constant. You want constant and a long-term goal, so you need to start small. If you do this, it'll probably work for 3 days, and then you go back on your phone and not notice time fly by, and let's say you get 9 hours. So you want constant. Just like your screen time, you need to slowly reduce what releases your dopamine and what is your type of instant gratification. Here's something you can start with. Commit to starting the task 5 minutes a day. Now, I know a lot of people are like, 5 minutes, that's so little. Don't feel ashamed, because everyone has to start somewhere. You have to start with what you feel comfortable with, and I feel like 5 minutes is a good starting place, because a lot of people have a short attention span, so they can start with 5 and start increasing from there. So it'll work that way. Running is always the hardest part, I feel like, one of the hardest parts. But once you begin, it becomes easier to continue, and you start to feel a sense of progress. Now, you may not see it, but after a while, you'll actually start to feel it. My third one, add a small reward after your effort. Now, I'm not saying study for 2 minutes and then go buy yourself some ice cream. Like, that's not how it works. Give yourself something small, something that you think is that is equal to your work effort. So let's say if I finished all my work, let's say I did a 1 hour study session. Okay, I completed all my work. Maybe I want to go see this movie. So that is an equal kind of result for the work that I completed. Even after completing a portion of the task, give yourself a brief planned reward. So like listening to music, having a small snack, or checking your phone for a short time. I don't know about the last one, because I feel like it works, but a lot of people just like to get on their phone for, they say, a small time and then just drift off. So I don't know about the last one. Maybe find something else to reward yourself with, but if you find that works for you, then it works for you. This helps link the harder work to positive feelings, because you know you're going to get something out of this, and it's something that you like, so you find a purpose in doing it. So, going back to this, reducing your distractions during focus time. So, you can place your phone in another room or turn off notifications for a set period while you work. So this allows your brain to adjust and find satisfaction in steady progress rather than just quick, constant hits. You want longer ones. So focus on earning longer lasting rewards is what you want. You don't want the quick hits because you know you won't be able to complete the task that you need to complete. Activities like finishing a study session, completing a workout, or organizing your space provides a deeper sense of accomplishment compared to just going on social media reels or playing a quick game or a level or something like that. So these build motivation over time without the sharp ups and downs of instant resources. So these are my last few words. Remember, this can all be changed. A bunch of people say that this is an addiction, this and that, and it can change, I promise you. And I'm not saying that because I feel like I'm not as experienced as adults, but I feel like a lot of people underestimate what the younger generations know, and I feel like if you're more aware of this, you can show others. And I feel like I've learned a lot during this, and it's not instant gratification and dopamine is just showing you you can take it either negatively or positively, and some people just know how to manage it. So starting is the hardest part, and after it gets easier. Not easy. It gets easier. It's okay if one day you decide to go on your phone and scroll for a few hours without noticing and time flies by. It's okay, but don't let that set you back and ruin all your progress from before, because it's going to put you back in that habit, and we're trying to grow new habits. So that little setback, that mini setback happened. Okay, you get back up and you keep doing whatever you need to do to get better. So keep growing every day, and little by little make better decisions that will help you in the long run. You got this.